What's up? How's it going, guys? Welcome back to No Content. I'm Ryan. I'm 28. I'm with my friend Eli here. He's 39, I think, right? You're 39?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
39.
Welcome, guys. Welcome back to No Content. This is a special episode number 7. Before we jump into it and I explain to you everything that's going on with this episode, I do want to preference that, one, if you guys are audio listeners on Spotify or iTunes, this is probably going to be like one of the few times that you guys are kind of boned, in the sense that I would highly recommend, and this is kind of a shameless plug, to go to my Twitch or to the YouTube to check out the VOD, only because we have like a chart or graph up with this episode. So I'm sorry for that. The links for those are in your show notes, as always, or in the episode description below. Second of all, just a couple of announcements that we have or whatever. So Pixel's not here for this episode. We decided to give him a break. He was also kind of busy with some other stuff, but he will return in episode number 8, which will be later on, probably this week. If you guys are on audio, you'll probably already be listening to it or have listened to it already. Episode number 9, though, Pixel is going on like a vacation and stuff like that, and he's gonna be hanging out with some people, so he will not be here for episode number 9, but we have a replacement for him as well on that episode. So at least get to see Pixel one last time, and we get to continue our rants about I don't know what we were talking about last time. I think we were still talking and complaining about the Sonic movie and all that type of stuff. Anyway, let's just jump right into it. I think before we get into the meat of the episode, just kind of what probably is on everyone's mind is, who is this guy that doesn't sound like Pixel, and also why is he not on the stream? One, he's on the stream because we needed another. It was too messy. The layout was too weird, so no cam. But this is my friend Eli. We've been pretty good friends. I know him IRL. We met IRL. We've known each other, I think, at this point for, let's see, my daughter is... So we've known each other for 7 years, I think, at this point.
That's about right. What, 2012?
Something like that, yeah, because my daughter was 4, so I remember that. But yeah, I remember the first time, I guess, like, just transitioning, kind of like how we met and kind of like other stuff before we jump into the main topic of the podcast. But the first time I remember meeting Eli, we were at a Denny's with all of our friends, and you showed up late. And I don't even think I got your name. But you showed up late at this Denny's, like 2 hours. And we were with like a bunch of our friends or whatever, and you were just in a full-blown suit. And that's all I remember.
I think that's when I was working up in LA, and was that, if that was during the week, then I would have been driving home from LA in a suit.
Yeah, it was
I
like
mean,
a
let's
Thursday
be honest,
or something.
at the time, like, I would wear a suit to bed.
Right. So I think that was, I don't even think I got your name that whole night, and I don't know if like you really interacted with me or something. And I don't know how we became, I don't even remember like when we actually really started hanging out or something.
Probably through video games.
Probably through video games. It was probably through like
and Yuri, right?
Probably, yeah, our other friend Yuri. Anyway, so I don't any other background that you want to divulge to the podcast or anything like that? Your favorite food?
No, not really. My favorite food? Oh, and I don't know how many people are going to take this, but my favorite food is lamb.
Okay. I mean, we do actually have like around 300 subscribers who get the podcast every week on audio. Shout outs to you guys. Appreciate it. And majority of you guys, since we know your analytics, actually about 40 of you guys come from Greece.
No kidding. Really?
So shout out to those people. I don't know what you're doing over there, but you're just chilling.
I don't know what you're doing.
I don't know.
All the Greeks.
I don't know, man. So that's just how it is.
You gotta be kidding me.
No. So I don't know. Maybe 40 people are gonna be pretty happy about that answer, actually.
Really?
Oh yeah. Also, I should divulge also that Eli isn't Asian, he's Greek, because some people think that this podcast is just the Asian podcast, which, to be fair, the other podcast that I co-host as well, everyone's Asian, but I do have friends outside of Asian people. And then I guess also just kind of the question that we ask every new guest, or we're going to start asking every new guest, is what games are you playing right now, and what games are you looking forward to right now, and what is your gaming history?
So, I mean, my gaming history. Well, we'll start with what I'm playing right now. I'm playing the dying game, Heroes of the Storm.
Right, dead game.
I'm the self-proclaimed best Nova player in the world. I may or may not have the numbers to back that up. But
Mm-hmm.
as far as I don't really think I'm playing anything else right now. What I'm looking forward to, I don't know. What have I mentioned that I'm looking forward to playing with everyone?
I don't.
Any idea?
I actually don't know. Not much, to be honest. There's not much out in the
Oh,
horizon for me either. We
I
mentioned.
enjoyed Red Dead, but I
Oh,
was really
that's true.
disappointed with online multiplayer.
Yeah, the multiplayer, we've been having like a lot of complaints. We talked about like complaints on that in previous episodes as well. Just like the issue with games and having to like trying to make games that last more than 10 years at this point and become the next WoW or game that's supported for like a really long time, I
Yeah,
think is really prevalent in the gaming
monetizing
industry.
it over a
Yeah.
long period of time.
And
I
then
get it. I don't like it, but I get it.
yeah, and then utilizing that as well at the same time, like to create like an MMORPG light, which just ends up happening is you just take the crappiest versions of an MMORPG and you put them into a game, right? I think back to like Destiny, like 1 and 2. It's like technically an action RPG, but then they add these like stupid MMORPG like elements to it, right? That no one really likes or cares about, but to draw people like back into the game, right? So you look at like daily quests or level capping certain items or time gating certain stuff, which is just like, I don't know, that's the worst part of an MMORPG is the feeling of like being in an open world where you can do everything, but then somehow just still being like gatekeeped out of certain ideas or whatever. So yeah, Red Dead Redemption is 2 online is pretty bad. So I wholeheartedly agree with that.
Yeah. As far as like gaming history, like I, started in the Commodore 64 in the early mid 80s,
Yeah.
and I thought that was the greatest thing ever until Nintendo came out.
Mm-hmm,
And then I thought PCs were pretty crappy all through the 80s up until the early 90s when I saw X-Wing and TIE Fighter.
Oh yeah, that was a good
So
game.
those probably were two of my favorite all-time games.
Okay.
And from then, like I was, both PC and console. I stopped playing FPS as I got older because I started sucking.
Mm,
I don't know why I haven't stopped playing Heroes because I continue to suck at that.
right. If you
That's
guys
it in a nutshell.
okay. Yeah, if you guys don't know, you guys probably have heard of it, but Heroes of the Storm is a multi online arena brawler MOBA from Blizzard Entertainment. Probably still, in my opinion, one of the biggest blunders in gaming history. Of course, they couldn't see the future, but you had Warcraft 3, which created Dota 1, and then you had the mod team for them approach Blizzard and asked to be hired, and Blizzard, we know from interviews, totally rejected them, outright rejected them. 3 of the devs went over to League of Legends, and I think the other 1 or 2 devs went over to Valve and spawned League of Legends and Dota 2. And so with Heroes of the Storm, Heroes was playing catch up, I believe. I think it came out in 2012 or 2013. Maybe like 2013 or something
I
like
don't
that.
remember actually.
And so yeah, that's what Eli's been playing for a while. If you guys don't know, Nova is a character in the StarCraft universe, who is basically like a ranged stealth sniper. So that's who Eli mostly plays. But yeah. But getting into the main topic and the reason why we are calling this a special episode of No Content instead of a main episode, which I don't know even know at this point what the difference is, to be honest. So if you guys have watched previous podcasts that we've done, etc., or previous streams on my Twitch channel, we did this about a year ago. Actually, I looked up like the time, like the VOD stamp for it, and we had a bracket. If you guys don't remember, about a year ago, there was a huge meme where there was a bracket with like, I believe at the time it was Disney versus Pixar. And so now what they did was they created a bracket for fast food, which we also did, which had some heavy debates into it. And then for some reason that meme's evolved into not brackets, but rating things from like an S tier list, right? So kind of like how they do with like Super Smash Brothers, right? They'll have S plus, S, A, B, C, etc. So that's kind of what we're going to be doing tonight is we're just going to be organizing fast food restaurants in this one to what we think is the best or whatever. And we're probably going to get a lot of complaints and I'll probably get a lot of emails about why we suck or why we've never tried a place. I guess like a couple things before we really jump into it. There's a bunch of fast food places on here that it gave us by default that we've never had because we are located in California. So some of these places are just not as prevalent to us as well. So we won't be rating those, and we'll just kind of be keeping them like on the side bin for now. As well as I think we both agreed, unless Eli's changed his mind, that we're only going to rate it on the food, or did you want to do it on everything?
No, I mean,
like when I mean everything, I mean like service, cleanliness, impact on culture, environment of the food place as well, or do you just want to rate it on the food?
I can keep it simple.
Okay, we're just gonna rate it on the food, guys, because we do need to get through this bracket today. Before we really get started, though, if you guys have never seen these type of brackets, they're like I said, they're very prevalent in fighting games. Super Smash Brothers, Street Fighter, etc. use these type of brackets. It goes S plus S A B C, C being the worst, S plus being the best. S plus essentially means it's like 100% or 100 even more so in fighting games. An S plus character means it's 110%. Usually when characters are put into S plus, it means that there is virtually no way to counter that character or kill that counter, right? Or kill that character. It's very, very hard to. I could liken it to characters like I guess Pichu in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. You can compare it to Meta Knight in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. And there's probably a bunch of other video games that I can't think of right now where it's also likened to that. So most likely we won't put anything to S plus, but it's just going to be like our opinions and stuff like that. I don't really know how this is going to work, if we're going to come to some agreement, Eli, or what, but I guess we could just kind of figure it out on, on the way, I guess, and kind of like figure this out. So since you are the guest, Eli, choose the first restaurant that we review and bring your statement and your rating to the table.
Okay. So White Castle, that's going to be the first one I review.
Okay.
So I've only been to White Castle once, but I grew up like always getting the microwave like White Castle burgers and really liking them.
Right.
Through the microwave, mind you.
Right. Yeah, those are really good. I've had them too.
Reminded me of McDonald's, and not in that like the taste, but the little chopped onions. I really like the texture of having the chopped onions with the mini burgers. And I could probably do. I remember being able to destroy tons of them when I was younger. Now, fast forward to post Harold and Kumar.
Right.
I got it in. Well, it was in me to find a way to quest to actually go to White Castle. And I think the closest one was in Illinois, and Yuri happened to be going with his in-laws to the East Coast. So I think he invited us. He invites his friends and families to go, or his friends to go hang out with his family sometimes. And we did a road trip, and on the way back, we insisted that we go to White Castle.
Okay.
So we go there, and I was blown away that they had so many options.
Right.
And
yeah.
they pretty much had one of everything.
Okay.
Now, fast forward 30 minutes later, I felt like crap. I got so sick.
Okay. I mean, to be fair, was that because you just overate or because of the White Castle itself?
And no, I definitely didn't overeat. I definitely didn't overeat. It was just super greasy there.
Okay.
I guess fresh means super greasy for me. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I still like them, but I've not had a White Castle since, so I put it as C.
Okay, I mean, to be fair, we don't really have White Castle over here, so I think the closest one to us is Las Vegas, which is about 5 hours away or so. So, I mean, I've only had the microwave burgers, so I mean, I'll throw it in C2 as well.
I mean, yeah,
because I can't really judge it because it's like it doesn't really count. You know what I mean? It's like eating leftovers and judging the leftovers based on like the restaurant. I don't think that's very fair. So. Any other last words with that, Eli?
No, I think I pretty much summed it up. It's just super greasy.
Fair. Okay, so next up, I'm just gonna kind of
sample size of 1, but yes. Sorry.
Fair enough. No, it's fine. Pulling up the next one, I just grabbed Little Caesars. So, man, here's the thing. To everyone out there, and to Eli, of course. For me, there's only two types of pizza that I purchase nowadays, right? And it's and I'll eat other pizzas obviously, but it's very rare. The most consistent ones that I purchase, to be honest, are one, Costco pizza. Just the price of it and
Oh yeah,
the
that's not on here. I
how
see.
good, and it's not on here, and how good it is. It's very good. The issue is that the closest Costco to me personally is not that close. Is it worth it to drive all the way out there to get a pizza? Probably not. But there is a Little Caesars kind of within the vicinity of where I live. I've it's very good for just going to pick up a meal if I need something in a pinch and I'm too lazy to cook that night or something like that, and I just want to throw down $5 for like a meal that I know that will like feed the whole family. Add a salad to that or something else that's like in the fridge or whatever. On top of that, they do have mobile ordering at Little Caesars now, which is nice too, because a lot of people go to Little Caesars, and I think one of the drawbacks is that the hot and ready, sometimes you go there and it's not hot or ready, or one of the two.
Yeah, right.
But they do have a mobile ordering app on the phone where you can order it, and then when your food is done, you just walk in, scan your phone at this ordering area, the pizza comes out, and you just walk out. So bonus, because I don't have to interact with people, I guess. I personally, for what I'm paying for Little Caesars, keep in mind, guys, this is fast food. I actually enjoy it. I've never had like bowel issues or anything like that. I'm lactose intolerant. I've been fine with it or whatever, which might be saying something to the quality of the food itself. But I mean, I would honestly give it an A. That would be my opinion. I don't know what you say, Eli, or what's your history with Little Caesars?
So pizza is my second favorite food. Like
Okay.
I could destroy pizza. So I don't necessarily think I have the most distinguished palate when it comes to it. It's very rare that I see a pizza I don't like. I mean, that being said, like it's kind of a toss between A and B because, like if I'm going to compare it to other pizza places,
Right.
like it's not quite there, but I mean, it's still good. Pre and post. You remember they redid their pizzas?
Yep.
Like I still like their older pizzas, but I think they've done a good job and made it much better. So especially because of convenience, and I would put it as a B, only because I think there's better pizzas out there. But it's not that I won't have it.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. We're gonna have to get screenshots later, guys. We'll post screenshots of what Eli throws in there as well, because I want to know what he gets order. I'm gonna keep it at an A for myself. Unfortunately, we don't have Eli's visual guide as well, but yeah, it's really just for me. It's the only piece that I really have beyond like Costco or whatever, and I don't think you can beat the taste and the price for like $5, right? Um. Okay, next up, I think I gotta start moving some of these. Oh, actually, it's your turn. Your turn next.
Oh, my turn. Okay,
Yes.
okay, okay, okay.
Oh.
Quiznos.
All right, Quiznos, baby.
Don't like it. Don't like it. There's not much for whatever reason. I don't know if it's the bread. I don't eat bread much anymore either because
Uh-huh.
like I'm low carb in it, bro.
Okay.
But I just for whatever reason, I I just I think their lettuce and their bread hurts my mouth, and like I never my mouth ends up feeling doesn't end up feeling good after I eat it, and it's not necessarily a knock on their product, but I
Right.
just believe it or not, like I actually feel that Subway is better. So I put them down as a C for no really good reason other than I just
Other than you don't really
don't like
like
any
it.
of their sandwiches for some reason.
Okay.
I think that I don't. It's the big part about their sandwiches too is the vinaigrette, and I don't like their.
Do Quiznos even exist? I guess they exist anymore if it's on this tier list, but I haven't seen one in years.
Yeah, there's one on
Da-da-da-da.
one of the streets that.
Uh-huh.
There's one on the way to the Acropolis.
Okay, gotcha.
It's, we
No,
call it Cuisinanos.
right,
Cuisanos.
right. Hold on.
I got nothing. That's.
All right, fair enough. I can't remember the last time I had Quiznos, to be honest. I think maybe the last time I had it, I was like, oh man, I had to have been below the age of 10 or something at that point. So yeah, I'll throw it into C as well. I don't really care. Okay, so I guess next up, Popeyes. Now, Popeyes. Oh man,
Tough one.
it's good. I really enjoy Popeyes for me personally. I just it's one of the things Okay, so I guess we can bring it up because it is also on the tier list as well. But it often gets compared to KFC, and I think that KFC just has a bunch of hit or misses when it comes to like certain things that they serve there. But when it comes to Popeyes, I just feel like there's just everything there just works on its own and enhances itself when it's together. And I think that's just how how food should work in general. So you can eat like their like mashed potatoes or collard greens or whatever it might be like on its own, which is great. But then like combining it with like their chicken or their seafood or whatever it might be, just makes like the experience like so much better. Like honestly, for me, and the problem is I would get it more. I'm just kind of far away from one once again, but for me, I would probably rate this like honestly S tier for me just from the
Really?
food. Yeah, honestly, cuz it's so like every time I go to Popeyes, it's like it's like a delight. It's like a treat to the senses, to be honest. Like I don't know, I really like Popeyes, to be honest. I don't know. I'm rating it an S. I don't know. What do you say, Eli?
So I'm not a big Popeyes guy. I'm more of a blah 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 city as opposed to the city that like the cities that I was at.
Okay.
I it just didn't encounter it till much later. And I think maybe the only thing that I'm not a big chicken strips guy either.
Okay.
So I did like the fact that they had shrimp, and I think like I had the shrimp a couple times. I
It's
can
pretty
count the
good.
amount of times I've been to Popeyes on maybe one hand.
Yeah.
I would give it a B just because of the diverse menu.
Okay. But overall, you're just not a chicken dude.
Well, I wouldn't, I'm not a Popeyes chicken.
Okay. Okay. Fair. Fair. All right. You're up.
Like chicken strips, like anywhere I go, like I don't, get chicken strips. Period. And that's usually what they're known for.
That's fair. It's the thing. The thing is, it's for me. Yeah, for me, it's just one of those things where, um, I don't go out of my way to get chicken, but if I do, then like it's I want Popeyes, but I am in this kind of same boat with you where I never really like search it out or something like that because I don't know, chicken's just such a common thing. You know what I mean? In a sense of
Yeah.
like it's always in my fridge, it's always in my freezer, it's always like the thing that I make vast amount of ways or whatever, but if I want to like treat myself, I don't know, Popeyes for me, but I understand. All right, you are up.
All right. Let's see. Pizza Hut.
Okay.
So Pizza Hut was probably the first pizza I remember eating. Maybe I'd had, pizza prior, but it was when I was living on the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the way that I was so young, like, I remember that my mom would cut up the pizza for me into squares, or like little pieces from the, triangle wedge,
Right.
and I would eat it that way, and I just loved it. Like, even now, even though it's greasy, for whatever reason, like, it was for the longest time my favorite pizza. It's still up there.
Oh wow.
Kind of something interesting and weird about Pizza Hut is, when I went to the West Coast the first time I had pizza, it burned my tongue. It was so spicy. Like I
Really?
had no idea, yeah, because I
Huh.
mean, I maybe it's changed now, but like the palate on the West Coast at the time, I think I'm speculating was a lot spicier. And like I was like, wow, this is it took me a little while to get acclimated to it. Now it's easy money, but
Yeah.
yeah, that Pizza Hut, I don't have a lot of this stuff very often because well, except when I rage eat at Heroes.
Uh-huh.
That's probably when my diet is bad, but for the most part, I keep my diet clean, and I don't have Pizza Hut very often at all. It's been, like, well over a year since I've had Pizza Hut for sure, but yeah, I gave it an A just 'cause
Wow.
nostalgia, and I just I love the Supreme, with, the sausage, pepperone,
Mhm. Mhm.
peppers, onions, olives, mushrooms, and I usually try and get that, pizza like any other that type of pizza anywhere I go.
Okay. I'm glad that you had a lot to say about Pizza Hut because I put it at C only because I don't like I already said I don't eat anything besides Costco and Little Caesars for me. So,
Uh-huh.
um all right, let's see. Next up, I'm going to pull this one. 5 dudes. Burgers and fries. Um
Ooh.
man.
Where's 5 Dude? Oh, there it is. There it is.
Man, There this one is really hard for me because I don't know how I feel about Five Guys because on the one hand, it is a good solid burger. I don't deny that. But my issue is that, and I think this is what the appeal of it is, to be honest, but it feels like a burger that I could just make at home. And what I mean by that, and what
Like
I
the Eddie Murphy Delirious Burger that your mom would make.
yeah, exactly. But what I mean by that is because the buns aren't like toasted or anything like that, and it comes like wrapped in tin foil and stuff like that. The presentation every time I see it is like, okay, this is how I make burgers at home, right? Like I don't really toast the buns. I put a burger on the frying pan, fry it up, put some ketchup, put some mustard. Maybe if I'm feeling fancy, I'll grill an onion, put it on there, two buns, boom, it's done. Like I feel like that's kind of how Five Guys is with me as well, where every time I eat it, it's not like, oh, I'm having a Five Guys burger. I just feel like, oh, I'm having a really solid burger. That being said, it is very tasty. I do enjoy it. Drawbacks for me is that one, it's kind of pricey nowadays for a burger there, and two, there's no drive-through, which kind of sucks too as well. But I think for me, it's just like, even though it's a really good solid burger, I like the stuff that they have on it. I think it's also that like none of the burger options that you can get there as well are like the Five Guys options. You know what I mean? Like In and Out kind of has like their In and Out secret sauce or the In and Out pink lemonade or whatever it might be, which probably, let's be honest, is very generic, sure. But I mean, all the ingredients or add-ons that you can put onto it is basically just at a Subway level, right? It's stuff that you can get at home or you can find at the grocery store, but it's there for your convenience or whatever. Overall, I actually put Five Guys as a B. I don't think it's bad. I don't like it's not, in my opinion, really bad. Like C, like garbage in my opinion. I don't think it's like average. I think for me it's just a little bit below average just because of pricing, what it tastes like to me. When I go to a Five Guys, I don't feel like I'm going to a Five Guys. Maybe that's the point of it or whatever, right? It's supposed to feel like, like an at-home type of meal, but then it's just like, why am I spending money here? I'll just go make a burger at home. So, your take, Eli?
My take, I don't have it very often, but I like it a lot. I actually would give it an A. So like there's there's different like burger places. They have like a particular like flavor or combination. Like Five Guys is the only place I'll have mustard and ketchup, other than McDonald's, of course, but or
Okay.
just mustard with like relish.
Really?
I'm not usually
Okay.
a big mustard guy, but for whatever reason, the way they cook their onions and it works with the mushrooms and the like the way the customization that I usually have there works pretty well for me. I don't really have much to say about it because I don't go there, but I do like it.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, I just don't go there much, and when I do,
Oh,
it's kind of.
sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
The combination of the mustard and the mayo.
Okay.
Works well for me. Yeah, sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
it's okay. Yeah, I just think for me, it's just something that unfortunately I don't partake in too much. I really want to see what our tier list is after we're done, by the way, because I feel like it's very different. But anyway, you are up.
Okay. Burger King. We're all Dragon Masters eat.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Burger King, go for it.
B. So B. You know what? And that's they're lucky that they got a B.
Ooh. Oh, snaps. Okay.
Yeah. So I have a long-standing grudge ever since they made the Whopper over 99 cents.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I have a
okay.
friend. So yeah, my friend and I from high school, we were really not devastated, but very disappointed when that happened.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Other than that, I kind of feel like the meat, and this is just a personal preference. Even though the meat is bigger, it just doesn't than McDonald's. It doesn't taste as good, and I tend to feel sick, after eating it for whatever reason. And it's just me. It
Right.
very well be that everybody else is able to have Burger King, but
Right.
Um, I, the other thing too is I don't think that they've evolved their menu as much as and that's not their market, that's not their space, I think. But
Hmm.
oh, also when they redid their fries, like their fries are terrible.
Okay. Um, you know what? This one I'm probably gonna. I'm actually gonna agree with you on this one. There's not many Burger Kings around my area as well, so I haven't had one in a while. The last time I went to a Burger King though was actually with some of my friends. And we went with his family because they had coupons, ironically. And we went to this Burger King. And first of all, I know we said we weren't going to rate out of the environment, but the environment was pretty bad. I just have to mention it. The environment was pretty bad, and I think it made the food just kind of lackluster. Yeah, there's nothing really for me that sticks out all that much. Even just their Whopper, right? Once again, it's nothing on the Whopper or anything like that. But it's just a solid burger. It's not a Big Mac. You know what I mean? Doesn't have that
Yeah,
Big Mac sauce or any like kind of pizzazz to it. Um, we used to have a Burger King like right by our house, and I always just thought it was like average, okay type of food. I mean, obviously they're closing down a lot. They're closing down shop on a lot of them. So I mean, this is probably the
yeah,
reason why. Is just like, and then once again, totally agree with you on like the kind of like the menu or whatever. Like, instead of they're not really updating stuff, and then at the same time, I feel like the way that they're kind of going with their campaign is in like introducing new stuff is they're kind of going the Taco Bell method where it's like kind of like these weird crazy like item combinations with like these weird, in my opinion, just creepy commercials. Like the BK
yeah.
guy is just so creepy and weird. And yeah, I mean, I gave it a B as well. Would have probably been a C if it was just like utterly like I gag. I mean, I don't give much stuff a C unless I just don't really partake there as much as well. So yeah, B for Burger King as well.
I
Um,
will say for a time it was the only burger that I liked mayonnaise on. It was the first burger that the Whopper was the first
oh,
burger where I just liked mayonnaise on. But
that that is a good point.
yeah, but I've since been over that.
I mean, that's fair. I think okay. Next up for me, I'm just gonna pull this one. Papa John's, baby.
Papa
Top
John,
Papa John's.
pizza pie.
So I actually gave Papa John's an A. Um, and there's a couple of reasons, and I think this is more personal than anything. When I mentioned earlier that I only have Costco pizza and Little Caesars, a lot of people would go, "Well, what about Papa John's?" And I'm not saying that Papa John's is bad or anything like that, but this is actually probably like a genetic thing. And shout outs, please don't sue us, Papa John's, for this podcast episode. But there's actually some type of like preservative that is in the Papa John's dough, and I don't know if exists anymore, but I haven't had Papa John's in a couple of years because of this. But for the longest time, since I was probably about 17 or so, I would get like really bad night terrors after eating Papa John's. And there's actually like a preservative in that they use in their dough or something that they use that actually can like trigger this in like certain types of people. If you guys don't know what the difference is between like a nightmare and like a night terror, in nightmares and stuff like that, usually this is just very basic level of understanding from what I understand. In a nightmare, if you get hurt or injured or punched or something in your nightmare, you usually wake up, right? Your brain triggers it and you wake up. Well, a night terror means that like some pain is endured before that trigger actually goes off. And for whatever reason, Papa John's does that to me. So every time I've had Papa John's, I just wake up from like some really bad night terror, someone beating me up, someone hurting me, and it's where like I can actually feel the physical pain, and when I wake up I actually still have that physical pain in me. It's the bizarrest thing ever. So let's say in a dream I get punched in the stomach, I'll wake up with like severe stomach pain, or if I get hit in the head with something, I'll wake up with like a blistering headache as if I almost actually did get hit. It's the weirdest thing. So that drops it down a couple tiers. Obviously, I would have probably put an S or S tier because I think the food is really, really good. I think they have the garlic sauce on lockdown. And still to this day, I have gotten pizzas from Costco and from Little Caesars and then have gone to a Papa John's to buy their garlic sauce. So I have done that still. So I do partake in them. I think it's a really good pizza. I know that my experience is like way generic and stuff like that. I know they've had some controversy in the last couple of years because of whatever, which we don't really have to get into. But I don't really care. It's a good pizza. It's a good pie. Yeah. But unfortunately, because of my personal issues, I gave it an A.
Yeah, so I think it was the first pizza, like fast food pizza, I liked better than Pizza Hut. So I still keep it at an A because there's just a distinct flavor. Like
Mm-hmm.
something about like how Pizza Hut is put together. Like maybe it's just nostalgia factor or whatever, but I like it. Not saying
Right.
it's the best pizza in the world, but like it. But I'd say Papa John's is even better. Like the ingredients were better, and just like you said, I was blown away. Whoa, free garlic sauce? I was not free or paying for it in some fashion. My
Yeah,
dad, my
man.
dad liked the pepperoncini.
Oh yeah, the
Something like
pepperoncinis there are
that.
pretty
Yeah,
good. I mean, it is good. I just wish that didn't affect me the way it did. Um,
yeah. So
yeah.
yeah, I gave it an A too.
Okay. Okay. All right. You're up.
Okay. How about Whataburger?
Okay.
What?
All right.
Whataburger?
This
A
is your
burger?
territory.
What?
I actually put this
What
in.
is that? That's Wahlburger. I'm thinking of.
You're right. I think of Wahlburger. Nice.
You know what?
This
I'm
is
trying
all
to think
your.
if I've had Whataburger.
I th-
Have I?
I don't know. I threw a bunch of the. I threw up Moe's, A&W,
Let's come back
Checkers.
to that. Let's come
Yeah.
back to that.
I
I
threw a
got too
bunch of them
excited
in
because I
my
was doing.
top right corner or top left corner of
Yeah,
things that we're not going to review. So if you guys didn't know,
gotcha.
like we said earlier, we're not going to be reviewing fast food that we've never had before because it's like whatever. But if one of us had it, I'll add it to the list or whatever. But probably throw it in as a C or something just for like continuity.
All right. So I'll do Sabaro then.
Okay.
So that's a tough one because it's Italian food. I love Italian food and I love pizza, but
Mm-hmm.
for whatever reason, it just was always. I think just because the food's always sitting out. Maybe I'm just getting it at the wrong time, or I gotten it in the wrong time. Mind you, don't frequent Sbarro, but
Right.
I think the only thing that I really really loved that they had was the calzone, or like what is it, the pizza sandwich.
Yeah. 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 Pizza
Somehow that
sandwich.
stays good, but everything else, I actually gave it a C, and it hurts me to say that, but
Ooh.
I don't have fond memories of Sbarro.
Yeah. I mean, uh, yeah. I actually gave it a C as well. So I'm not too surprised with that. To be honest, the only time I ever had it is when I'm in a pinch or a bind and I want to just get something at a mall. Like that's really the only place that a Sbarro around me is located. It's just like in a food court mall or something like that. So I don't have it too often. I agree with you though. Whenever I go there, for some reason, the pizza, it's probably because it's been left out or whatever. It just tastes like dried out, and I don't really like that. It still has to be a C, even though it had probably the best advertisement placement ever in the history of TV on
Yeah.
The Office.
Yeah,
Um,
that's true.
but besides that, I gave it a C as well. All right, my turn. Let's go with Mr. Subway.
Ooh,
So,
fresh.
eat fresh. So, I have a bone to pick with Subway. A lot of them, if you guys didn't know, have been closing down. It's actually one of the fastest franchises to be closing down locations,
Really?
due to numerous things. And they actually did some research on it, and it isn't about like the incident that they've had with their mascot a couple of years ago. um,
Their
but
man Scott.
yeah, their mascot a couple of years ago. But it did actually have to do with that they were expanding super rapidly. They actually had more locations at one point than McDonald's, which I think was crazy.
Oh wow.
In my area alone, one of them is already shut down, but there's at least 5 of them within like a 2 mile radius. So they were just expanding and franchising way too fast. But I heard that one of the things was that to kind of revitalize Subway in the early 2000s, they actually started this thing, which everyone probably should know, which is the $5 footlong, and they have gotten rid of that basically. So the $5 footlong no longer exists. What it is now is it's just on certain days of the week there's a $6 footlong, and then everything else costs normal or regular price. The thing I have with Subway, I do like the concept of it or whatever, but it's just one of those things where once again it never feels inviting to go into one, even though it shouldn't be taken too really into account. But it's also just, I feel like the freshness of the food. Yes, it's fast food, but what they're trying to sponsor, Eat Fresh or whatever. The freshness of the food is not that great, as well as the pricing nowadays, I think, is a big factor for me as to why I'm not eating it as much. But overall, the quality and taste of it, I don't think is very good. As well as the pricing as well. Last time I went to Subway, it ended up being, I think, about $8.50 or something like that,
Huh.
for my sandwich. And it's like I could go to any. It's just a sandwich. I can go to any other sandwich fast food places or even small local delis around my area and get a way better, tastier sandwich for $8.50. And that was with no like random add-ons, which by the way they're charging for the most random stuff now.
Oh,
All the
really?
Subways in my area, they charge for it being toasted now. It's like a
Huh.
50 cent
No.
50-cent surcharge to be toasted.
Wow.
Everyone that I've gone to, which is really really weird. So
They're
for
they're
it's
charging you for the energy they're using to
yeah,
make their
right.
food
It's
now.
so weird. And so it was $8.50 without any add-ons. So that's not with avocado, just for a foot long basic sandwich like a turkey or something like that. So I actually put it at B. I didn't put it at C after all this complaining though, because in a pinch and I want to eat something light and healthy, I'll go in there and get like a veggie sandwich, and that usually lowers the price. Even then though, you're looking at something that's like $6 or $7. But at the same time, the thing I like about Subway is options. I like the options. I like being able to customize my sandwich. Yes, I probably could go to another place and get a sandwich that's higher quality, like I mentioned earlier, but it's a B for me only because of the options. I can make it the way I want to. I can put as little or not as little as I want on my sandwich. But yeah, B for me.
Yeah, I would say B also. It's good in a pinch. It's not bad. I usually just get the wraps now, but it's pretty standard fare. Like I like their oil and vinegar and oregano,
Mm-hmm.
better than like I said, Quiznos. And their bread tastes better, even though I don't eat it. But their tortillas or their wraps, kind of weird. They're actually a little thick. Like I don't know what they do. I'm not a big fan of it, but I usually get it anyway.
Hmm.
And it's just weird, like how they're cold cut or their meats. Just I'm not saying they don't taste like meat, but there's just something off about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably the preservatives or just they've lowered the quality of it or something. So,
Maybe my dad used to love the Italian though. The
mm,
whatever it was called, the spicy Italian. That
yeah.
was his jam. So yeah, I would give it a B also.
Okay.
I'm not a big sandwich guy either, but yeah,
Right. All right.
it's good for a change of pace. And usually, like I'll get something with mayo. I've been
Right.
on a kind of a mayo tear lately.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I don't know if it even is the healthiest one, but that's what they're advertising. So it's good. It's nice and good, like in a pinch for sure. Okay, you're up.
Okay, let's see. How about we do Sonic?
Okay.
That one's kind of weird. Like they're not bad. I rarely go to them, and there's, it, it was a while before one was around me either, or at least one that I found one. But
Right.
it's not bad. I actually gave it a what I give it. I actually gave it an A, believe it or not. Because one thing that I love in my burgers is shredded lettuce, and I
Hmm.
think I remember that they do shred their lettuce. They do use mayonnaise, and their pickles are pretty good.
Yeah.
The meat's pretty good. It's not like it doesn't feel like it's well, it probably is, but it doesn't. It feels like it's been like hand molded maybe. Yeah, I could be wrong. But
Yeah.
for whatever reason, the texture, I like the texture,
Yeah.
and they have like I like the variety too.
Yeah.
So it's one
I
of
mean,
those
fair.
places like I maybe eaten like maybe 10 times, but it'll be late at night, and I'll go. I'll have some of this. I'll have one of these. I'll have one of these. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I actually gave Sonic an A as well. I don't have it often either, but I've liked everything that I've eaten there, and nothing has ever gone like super bad for me. I really actually, I'm not a sweets guy, and I actually really like their drinks there, like the little like icy slushy things they have or whatever. It's just the right amount of sweet, for me. So I actually have had a couple burgers there. I'm actually also a big tater tots fan, and they got the tater tot game on lockdown, in my opinion. So that's pretty good. Burgers are pretty decent, so I would definitely choose it over what I've already listed for sure. So yeah, A as well.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. It's they got shakes.
All right,
Shakes and shakes.
time to go into like I guess we're kind of getting into like some of the heavy hitters now. So let's just throw this out there. Boom, Chipotle.
Ooh, chipolado.
Honestly, for me already S plus. For me personally, I think just like for the Mexican food game, when we're looking at just fast food, it has it on lockdown compared to Dell or Taco Bell. Once again, it has really good options when it comes to food. Being able to pick and choose what you want to order and how you want to order it. Mobile ordering game is really convenient and nice as well. But just I don't think I've ever, at least in my experience, had bad Chipotle, and I can just taste how like quality and fresh it is and stuff like that, right? Like I usually don't add extras to my food because it costs a lot, but like their guac on point. I've had their chicken, sometimes a little dry. Had their steak, sometimes a little dry, but I think that also comes with like a hit or miss. If you go during like a downtime, it's always going to be a little lesser quality. But even when it's like a little bit dry, I mean, it's nothing that's like bad, right? You always can add Tabasco or guac or sour cream or whatever kind of condiments you want on top of it to make it better. When it comes to just like a solid burrito or a solid burrito bowl, it's one of the fast food places that has gotten a little bit more expensive over the years and stuff like that. But I think overall, like I really like it. Out of everything that like we've already listed before or already. So yeah, I gave it an S plus tier. I think it's honestly probably one of my like go to fast food places. Um, that I frequent like pretty regular, like kind of regularly, and in my opinion, doesn't make me feel that guilty to go there as well. So yeah, S plus
Yeah.
for me, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, the disclaimer is the best food you could possibly make is the ones for yourself, but as far as eating out, I'd say Chipotle is probably one of the you can make one of the healthier like options, like even like after the gym, getting a salad bowl with
Mm-hmm.
lettuce and guacamole and
Mm-hmm.
chicken, hold the sour cream and maybe some the corn relish or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good in a pinch, and you can get it healthy. I gave it an S plus also just because of that.
Okay.
I did hear that their tortillas, I think was it you that told me, like are like 400 calories alone.
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
Like they're so like I love getting their burritos and like putting like the queso dip sauce on it, and
Uh-huh.
I usually get it no rice, no beans, but yeah, that tortilla is a fat bomb. So unfortunately, like it's better to get well, depending, it's better to get the bowl, the lettuce bowl. But yeah, it's really good in a pinch, and but usually it's pretty fresh, it seems.
Yeah. I
And,
mean, for me
it's
too.
innovative too, like, I not
Mm,
well, I mean, maybe they didn't create it, but it definitely, like, brought the fast casual, like, industry forward, and, I can't say the restaurant, because of geography, but it, happened to open up a similar model for another restaurant that I like.
mm. Um, it will also kind of side note on this. It'll be interesting because in 2018, late 2018, the CEO of Taco Bell left and went to Chipotle. And
Really?
then they moved the location of the Chipotle headquarters from I think like Oregon or Seattle, or no, from Seattle to Huntington Beach, which is in the backyard of Taco Bell. And then they took like 3 or 4 people from Taco Bell, and I think like one of them was like VP of marketing and stuff like that, and like a couple of other people from Taco Bell. And the CEO of Taco Bell, or the former CEO of Taco Bell, was kind of the reason why like a lot of people said there's been a lot of success lately with Taco Bell. Kind of like reintroducing new items, their
Oh,
marketing
yeah.
campaigns, and all that stuff. And it's kind of interesting because now he's now the CEO of Chipotle. And so it'll
Uh-huh.
be really interesting, kind of side note, what will happen with Chipotle in the next year and stuff like that. They got their mobile app working better, rewards programs, stuff like that. So it'll be interesting. But yeah, definitely for sure, Chipotle S plus. I think it's a no brainer compared to all these. That's my opinion, at least. All
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly, I agree.
right. All right. Go for it, Eli.
Okay, where are we at?
On my list, I still have DQ, Domino's, Jersey Mike's, KFC, Carl's, Dunkin', In-N-Out, Panda, Jack in the Box, Wendy's, Taco Bell, Chick-fil-A, McDonald's. I put Steak and Shake because I've had it once, Arby's, and Jimmy John's. Those are the ones I have left.
Panda Express.
Okay, why'd you laugh?
Because I love the orange chicken, but that's the only thing I love about it.
Okay, okay. Panda Express.
Yeah, I gave it a B, that can just because of that. Like uh, and maybe I'm not being consistent across the board as far as I'm rating these, but I can't think of anything else I would want to eat it. Panda Express.
Okay.
I heard. I think I told you. I said I've yet to see it. They were like pioneering an orange chicken burrito somewhere.
Yeah,
One
I've
of the
had it.
Chipotles.
Yeah, no, you
You
mean
had
at
it? Really?
Pandas?
Ooh.
Yeah, I've had it. It's
Oh yeah.
okay. It's kind of weird.
That's okay.
It's over in their like normal. It's over their headquarters is in Glendale, so I was in the area,
Mm,
and it's like one of the experimental shops that they have there. It's okay.
mhm. So
Um,
yeah, a B. I mean, it's just orange chicken and chow mein, and that's it.
okay.
Maybe a
Um,
fortune cookie and a Coke.
I mean, for me, I gave it an A, only because it's really the only, in my opinion, good.
Authentic Chinese.
Yeah, authentic Chinese. No, the only good fast food Chinese place out there. Yes, it's very easy to. There's a lot of knockoff places, like everywhere probably, but I don't know. Panda just tastes better in my opinion. There's a
Yeah.
couple of places uh, that are by my house that are like knockoff Panda Expresses. Literally the same thing. You know, what combo plate do you want? A,
I
B, or
think I know
C?
which ones they are.
Yeah, and it's just like they're not good. They just
Yeah, they're not.
it tastes way different and like way heavier. The food quality they use is like a lot worse in my opinion. And
Uh-huh.
they're usually around the same price or very like they're cheaper, but to the point where it's like who cares. So I actually put it on an A, only because it's really the only Chinese fast food place or Asian fast food place out there. So there's really nothing else to compare it to. And for what you're getting, I think it's a pretty good deal because you just get like a ton of food for a pretty cheap price. I've enjoyed everything I get there, even though I am like you. All I get is white rice, and orange chicken in a bowl lately. That's really all I get. But hey, it's still really solid. It's really good, and it doesn't really have any competition in that market. So I gave it an A.
Cool.
All right. Next up, let's talk Carl's slash Hardee's. Um, Honestly, and this is gonna shock a lot of people, I put it at a C. um, I do not like Carl's Jr. Uh, I don't know why that is. I just think it's a little too overpriced for what you're getting. I think that nothing really stands out. I don't like their fries, to be honest. Even like the crisp cut fries, they got that on point. It's my jam. But even crisp cut fries, I don't think that they're that great, and I don't think that that can solidify it even being pushed up to a B. I don't like their fries in general. Their burgers themselves, they're okay, but the thing with a lot of these fast food burgers or whatever is they slather them in some type of sauce or some type of condiments on top of the burger, which I feel like Carl's Jr. Markets itself or is known for that. And so for me, I just don't really like it. I'll eat it when I have coupons or whatever. Maybe I'll get a craving here and there for like Western bacon cheeseburger or something like that. But other than that, yeah, not a big Carl's fan. Onion rings kind of suck. I don't know. Just everything there is like,
Yeah, and let's
I
just
don't know.
slap it in barbecue sauce.
Yeah, that and like I don't know. Just everything there. It's
Great
just
Western cheeseburger.
I put it at a C. I don't like it.
I put it as a B.
Okay.
And their patties to me are actually pretty good when they burn them a little bit. I don't know
When
if
they
it's
paint them
supposed to be the
on.
right way. Well, I mean, no, it's sometimes it's a little burned and like crisp on the
Mm-mm.
edges.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe they overcook it on accident, but every once in a while, like I mean, yeah, let's be honest, they're not really grilling anything there, but
Right. Yeah. It's painted on.
every once in a while, like there is like a crispness to it, and there is kind of a char to it, whether it's like infused into it somehow or
It
they
they confirmed
accidentally.
they confirmed this a while ago. It's infused. The charred marks that are like on the burger are like artificially like chemically painted on the burgers.
Okay, well,
Yeah. So.
in some form or fashion, that translates to some kind of char taste. And when I can taste the char, I actually like it, but it's inconsistent.
Mm,
So, they also have leafed lettuce, which I'm not a big fan of. So,
mm.
One of the things I'll actually do is actually get a big Carl with one patty and cheese with like the special sauce and pickles, and just call it a day.
Is the Big Carl sauce pretty good?
What's that?
Is the Big
It's
Carl
not
like?
bad.
Yeah,
It's not
okay,
bad. It's not. It's good. It's not as good as McDonald's, I think, or at least I don't like the taste of it as good as McDonald's.
fair.
But yeah, there's not. I just look at that. There's not much like I would get other
Right.
than the big Carl plate. So, but yeah, I give it a B.
Okay. All right, Eli. Where
Okay,
are we going to next?
where should we fly to?
Where should we fly to next?
Jack in the Box.
Okay.
I struggle with this one.
I do too.
I don't know. It's very rarely outside of like 2 a.m. will I have a Jack in the Box. So it's always been there. It's
Yeah.
usually been open. Um, they have a pretty decent variety of stuff. But and they're $5 boxes. I want to give them a C, but I think I have to give them a B.
I mean, that's fair. I mean,
Like,
I put it between B and C. To be honest, like it's barely like inching above like B, but it's still like mostly
yeah,
in
yeah,
C. To
yeah.
be honest, that's how I feel about it. Um, and what's your reasoning for that? Just nothing really special about it,
It's
or
yeah. I like. I haven't had like their newer because I think they changed their recipe, changed their patties a bit. I
mm-hmm,
think when I had it, it was just more salt and peppery. It's still dry.
mm-hmm.
I I think what really appealed to me is like like the kind of like the experimental stuff that they'll put out there.
Okay,
Like their boxes. They'll have like a nacho sauce with the chicken sandwich, this or
right,
that,
right,
and sourdough bread or whatever, with curly fries. So I think that's it. Or I think that's why I still kind of like it, even though I don't.
right.
Kind of conflicted with that one.
For me, like Carl's or Jack in the Box is just like tacos or shakes. So I put it at B or C for that. It's good for a pinch, but I've never really gone out of my way to get one as well. I'm gonna put DQ up here because I haven't had it for a hot minute here. Um, Dunkin' Donuts. Um, kind of recently been expanding over here on the West Coast. I know that this is probably a East Coast staple, but they have a handful of them over here now. Haven't had it too often, but I actually put it at an A. Um, kind of a little background for me. I'm not a sugar person, and I don't really like paying for coffee out and about. I have a Keurig and other methods of making coffee at home, so I don't really like paying for coffee outside or really getting donuts or anything like that. I'm not a big fan of it. Maybe a Krispy Kreme donut here or there. But every time I've had Dunkin' Donuts with friends or I've wanted a craving for something, I'll go here. I think that their jelly donuts and powdered donuts are pretty solid. Coffee here as well. I'll treat it like a dessert shake or something like that. Yeah, pretty solid. Really like it. I put it at an A. I think if I realistically would put it, I maybe be inching towards an S. But yeah, I put it at an A.
Yeah, I'm not really a big donut person outside of like I used to have donuts in the office, and I love dipping them in there. But um, I would say that's a tough one. I can't really grade it, fairly. I'd probably just throw it as a B,
Fair.
because yeah, I still go there with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it is an East Coast thing, and I used to live on the East Coast and have it every once in a while. My friend who's from Maryland, he raves about it. And he's so excited when I came over.
Huh.
But uh, it's to me at the end of the day, it's a donut.
Yeah. Right.
It's just my perception.
Right. All right. You're up.
KFC. I used to love it, and
Mm-hmm.
now I'm not a big fan. It's not my favorite chicken at all. I kind of put it as a mid B, just because they have pretty sometimes they're combined with a Pizza Hut.
Right.
And
Yeah. True. True. I forgot about that. Or a
um,
Taco Bell, right?
or Taco Bell, right? Or maybe it's just Taco Bell. But I kind of feel if I go there, like if I don't feel like having the you know chicken, then like have an alternative.
I haven't.
Um,
I haven't gone to I haven't had KFC in a while. There's one kind of close to my house. I put it at a B. It's good for what it is. It's nothing great. I won't search out for it. If I'm in the mood for it, though, yeah, sure, I'll go get it. I don't actually. Here's the thing. This is probably my only experience, but for whatever reason, they don't offer. Every time I go to KFC, they never have crispy or extra crispy at the one near my house. So every time I go there, I say, "Hey, I would like some extra crispy chicken." They go, "I'm sorry, it's gonna be about a 10-minute wait. Would you like to wait for that?" And I say, "No." Then I go, "Okay, never mind. Can I just get crispy?" And they go, "I'm sorry, we don't have that right now. It's about a 10 to 15-minute wait." I don't know what this KFC doing, but they don't have crispy or extra crispy on lockdown. So for me, I can just roast a chicken at home. So I'm not gonna go.
Uh-huh.
I don't go there because they usually don't have this stuff. And also, I actually like the sides better there than I do the chicken itself. So yeah, I give it a B. I do enjoy it when I have it, but it's not something that like I'm crazy or rave about.
Yeah.
Um. All right. Next up. Um. I mean, I'm just gonna throw this one out here, and then maybe we can do another one too. But I mean, just to get it out of the way. But I put easy. This is something that you probably talk more about, but I put Domino's at as C just because I don't, like I said, my whole stance on pizza and stuff. So I don't know if you have anything to add to that.
Which one was it? Sorry.
Domino's.
Uh, I don't know. I kind of feel to me like it's the same as Little Caesars. They kind of play also.
Okay, fair, fair.
I don't really have much to say about it.
Right. All right. I'm gonna. So this one, I think this is pretty easy, but In-N-Out Burger, I put an S plus.
Uh-huh.
Just because solid burger. In my opinion, In-N-Out is one of the best burgers that is regularly available to you. Is there better burgers out there? Yes, obviously, but for the convenience of them, or at least around here on the West Coast, and the quality of the burger itself, it's just a really solid burger. And I've never regretted getting it. I think the price is fair for it. And it's honestly probably one of the best burgers, if not the best burger that I've ever had. Like I said, yeah, there's obviously other probably better burgers out there for people or whatever at a sit down restaurant, even. But for like the quality of convenience and stuff, really solid burger. I don't know. I really like it. I I will say that I put it at like a low S plus if that matters, like S to S plus, only because their fry game sucks. They do not
Uh-huh.
have good fries at all. I still get them, I enjoy them, but compared to the burger itself, it's very lacking. That's my opinion. I don't. What are your thoughts?
I'm right there with you. I struggle with it. I do like their burgers. I think they do a good job. The only thing that keeps me from giving it an S plus is the lettuce. It's kind of silly, but the lettuce. I don't know if it's the lettuce or the acidity of their tomatoes, but I just don't like it. You know, like I love the burger so much that I'll put up with it, but my mouth doesn't really feel good after eating the burgers.
Huh.
I actually do like their fries
Really?
and their shakes. Yeah,
Why do you like their
I put
fries?
salt and pepper. I don't know. I think it's I like putting salt.
Do you change anything with it?
Sometimes I'll get what's it called? Monster. What's it called? Not monster. Animal style fries, but otherwise I like putting salt and pepper on it. Just the flavor. I mean, they're not like as crisp, but like, I just like it.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Okay, but I don't know. I wish their fries were better. I don't know. For me, it just like they just taste like not raw, right? But they just don't taste like they've been in the batch long enough for sure, right? So for me, yeah, I would prefer other fries, but that's my only complaint. So low S to S plus tier. Um, next up, I guess we got Wendy's. Eli, your take on it?
Um, I don't know. I don't have it very often, and I always have trouble figuring out what to get. I think their quality is actually pretty good, but I like their patties. Their beef is, I mean, I tastes fresh. I don't know if it is, but I put it as a B also. I rarely
Really?
have it, and like condiments, I struggle with it.
Okay. I actually put it at A to S for me. I love the Wendy's nuggets. I think that they're probably the best nuggets that are out there. Beating McDonald's by a mile. I think the sauces are really solid with their nuggets. Burgers are pretty good as well. I don't really whatever square meat, who cares? I think it's a pretty solid burger as well. But nuggets are really good. They have some pretty unique options there when it comes to fast food. Chili is always good. Chili combined with fries or nuggets is pretty good. Baked potatoes there are pretty delicious as well. If you're in a pinch, you can get the $4 meals there, the 4 for $4 meals, which are pretty good as well. Drink fry and burger and nuggets for $4. Can't beat that as well. So I actually really like that. Also, I don't know if you saw, Eli, but they are bringing back the spicy nuggets at Wendy's.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know if you care about that, but they basically, I think, I forgot who tweeted it out, but some rapper tweeted it out, and he was like, "How many likes do I have to get on this to get spicy nuggets back at Wendy's?" And Wendy's said 2 million, and they got it within an hour. So they got 2 million likes on a tweet. So apparently Wendy's is bringing back spicy nuggets. So I'm pretty hyped for that, to be honest, because those were really good as well. Okay, so we have about 7 more, so we can just blow through these really quick. Next up, Eli, Jimmy John's. What's your take?
I don't know what Jimmy John's is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Have I had it?
I don't know. I guess not. It's like a sandwich
What?
place. I'm surprised you haven't had it. It's like Jersey. It's like a
No.
competitor to Jersey Mike's. I'm really surprised you've never had it. Okay, well, I guess I'll take this one away.
I don't even see it here.
Yeah, JJ, black logo.
Oh yeah.
Um, I
Okay, their logo looks familiar. Maybe I have. No, I can't remember it.
I gave it a B. It's one of those things where solid sandwich once again. I think that sometimes they can come off a little too dry though, in my opinion. So, but I think I don't know. I think it's a solid sandwich. Nothing really stands out, unfortunately for me, which is the reason why I lowered it so low. They probably have an iconic sandwich that I just never have heard of or never have cared about. So for me, it's just not something that I would venture out to get. But yeah, if it's around the area and there's Jimmy John's and I'll go out and I'll get it. But yeah, won't seek it out, I guess is the best way. If it's near me for convenience, then sure.
Gotcha.
All right, next up, Chick-fil-A. Thoughts, Eli?
I can't really say anything bad about it. I got to give it. I'd say S plus. I love how they.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, the peanut oil compression cooking. Their chicken is rarely dry, and I hate dry chicken.
Okay.
I like. Their fries are pretty good. Their shakes are good. It's a simple menu. It's one of the few places where like I know what to get.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I was just surprised because I know that you said earlier the chicken complaint, but yeah, I gave it an S plus as well. Basically everything that you just said is on point. I think that they haven't had anything bad there. I like the variety. I think pricing a little bit pricey, but I think it's justified for like just a solid chicken sandwich. I also will say one of the things I like too about Chick-fil-A that you don't see it at a lot of restaurants is that if you actually take stuff off of a sandwich, they'll actually charge you less. Which is really cool. So every time I don't like tomatoes, I'm not a tomato guy, so I'll always ask for no tomatoes, and it actually knocks off I think 50 cents or something from the menu items and stuff like that. So I thought that was pretty cool, pretty unique thing that you don't see in a lot of other fast food places or just restaurants in general doing. And so yeah, S plus for me as well. Next up, Jersey Mike's.
I believe it or not, are you gonna go first or am I go first?
No, go for it.
Who talks first?
Go for it. You go.
I gave him an S plus.
Wow. Okay.
For whatever reason, like we were talking about the vinaigrette, like Mike's Way, Jersey Mike's Way vinaigrette. I don't know what they're using or what mixture they're using, but oregano, olive oil, vinegar, salt, pepper, perfect. Um, I I even get, like the shredded lettuce. I even get I'll even get a veggie wrap with just a couple slices of provolone and green peppers. No problem.
Really?
Fantastic. Just I usually get a wrap too.
Okay. Wow. You also liked oh, sorry, here, hold on. You also liked the sorry, I accidentally clicked on my chat here. You also like you talk highly about like the vinaigrette, right? Or
Yeah,
something?
that's
All
what
right.
I'm talking about.
So
Yeah,
that's what
the
you really like about it, right?
whatever. Yeah, and
Okay.
that mixed with some light mayo, just
Mana.
really good combination.
Yeah. Um
I don't think I care what else they put in it as long as it's got
have
that.
I had Jersey Mike's a lot? I don't know.
I don't know.
Either way, I kind of put it at an A to an S for Jersey Mike's. It's like barely inching out there, and only because I haven't had it a lot. But every time I've had it, it's been really enjoyable, in my opinion. Right? It's just been like solid. Like it's been solid. I agree with you with like the vinaigrettes. I did try it last time I was there. That was pretty good. They use shredded lettuce, like deli style lettuce, which is pretty good as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I have nothing bad to say about Jersey Mike's. I just don't. I'm not a huge sandwich guy, so for me, I think the thing that's not keeping it to an S to an S plus for me would be just the whole. Yeah, I'm just not a huge sandwich guy. Next up is Arby's, which I'm personally kind of conflicted about. Personally, Arby's it's good and I enjoy it. I've been eating it a lot more recently for some reason. I'm not really sure why. They kind of rebranded and stuff like that over the last few years, right? They don't do just these like roast beef deli sandwiches. They now do burgers. They do normal sandwiches there, which are pretty solid. Their curly fries are pretty good as well, and they also do gyros, right? I think. So yeah, overall, I gave Arby's a solid A. Um, Only because I don't think it's S tier or S plus tier. I don't think the food is that good or that great or whatever for a fast food place, but I don't think I would get it above the stuff that I've put in my B or C category for sure for me personally. Really like the curly fries. I think it's solid. The barbecue sauce on point for the condiments. The roast beefs are pretty good as well. Yeah, I've just really liked it. And their sandwiches actually are surprisingly pretty tasty. Actually, actually really enjoy their Italian sandwich there. Yeah, I don't know what your thoughts are.
Arby's. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. I it's not a place I go. I don't. I would say I give it a B just because like it's not a place that I frequent. Not the first place I think of as far as going or getting food. Maybe once in a while, like just getting a basic cheese melt, strikes my fancy. But I will say their barbecue sauce and
Mm-hmm.
their it, they have like a slice of barbecue. I want to say beef or pork that's pretty darn good. Their brisket, I think maybe it is, but it's a thick chunk of meat, just thick slice.
Right.
Pretty good, but and mixed with their barbecue sauce and shoestring onions, and their cheddar cheese,
Mm-hmm.
fantastic. But rarely have it, and rarely in the mood for it.
All right. Um. Yeah. So I think, or yeah, I think, that's fair. I mean, there is one that's pretty close to my house, so I think I've been going there a lot lately, and I've also gotten coupons for them. So I think that's also like helped convince me to like go there more often for sure. All right, we're down to the last three here. Next up, we have Steak and Shake. Have you ever had Steak and Shake, Eli? We've
Yes.
had it once, I think, right?
Is that the same as the one that is in Vegas?
Yeah, it's also near one of our friends' houses.
I think I like it a lot. My only gripe, I would have given it an S plus, but if I remember right, their food is just so small.
Wait,
And I think
what
you're in the
rating
right
did you
place.
give it? You gave it an
An
S?
S. If it's
Ow.
the same place sorry, the
No, it's
same
fine.
place I'm thinking. Or am I thinking of Shake Shack?
You might be thinking of Shake Shack.
Okay, Steak and Shake. If it's the one.
Either way, I've had both, so I'm fine.
Okay. I think actually I'll give it an A. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Shake Shack is, if it's the one in Vegas, like I love their burgers, but their patties are so tiny.
Yeah, I gave it an A for the same reasoning or whatever. Solid burger once again, but I don't know what it is about these places on the East Coast. This just must be the style of them or something like that. Once again, solid burger, tastes really well. Have nothing against it, but once again, it just feels like a burger that I could possibly make at home, especially with the portion size too, as well. So overall, yeah, I give it an A. Last two here. We have coming up next McDonald's. What do you think, Eli? What is your take?
McDonald's. I want to give him an A. I'll give him an A. Yeah, I'll give him an A. They're I love the Big Mac.
Mm-hmm.
Their fries, I think, are probably my favorite French fries in all the fast food, better or worse.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not good for you.
Right. Honestly, I gave it an S.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
If you guys
I
didn't
can see
know,
that. There's just a couple things preventing me from it, but yeah.
right? I get your reasoning too. For me, and this got so much controversy last time. I got messages for like a couple days afterwards. So if you guys, like we mentioned at the top of the podcast, we did this a year ago, and a year ago it came down to a bracket system, kind of like March Madness, I guess. And the two last places were In-N-Out versus McDonald's, and McDonald's ended up winning at the time. Eli and I voted McDonald's, and I think someone else voted for someone else voted for In-N-Out or something. I forgot. But all I remember from watching the VOD briefly was that you and I voted for McDonald's versus In-N-Out.
I think the parameters were different.
Right, but McDonald's, I really enjoy the food at McDonald's. I think that it's just a staple classic. I think that once again they have a couple of things on lockdown. Ice cream locked down. Apple pies locked down. French fry. They've been in the French fry game for like 50, 60 years. I think it's some of the best fast food French fries, if not the best fast food franchise of all time. I think also it's hard, but I think that the thing that appeals to a lot of people about McDonald's is the combinations of food rather than the individualities of the food. So it's something that I have to take in mind. But on its own, I really enjoy it. Together, though, it's great as well. You have, right? You don't just go there and get one sandwich. You get a McChicken, a filet of fish, a burger, and kind of combine that all with fries is great. On top of that, breakfast game on point.
I'll bump it up to an S.
I convinced you to bump it up to an S. Nice. I mean, on top of that, breakfast game on point. Every single fast food place wants to be the McDonald's breakfast, right? But nothing can beat the McMuffin. Nothing can beat the hash brown that looks like a flip flop, right? Best hash brown in the game right now in fast food. Their breakfast is just solid and on point. Everything's really good there. I think that the only reason why I don't give it an S plus is just because it's McDonald's and there's only so much you can. When it compared to like Chipotle, In-N-Out, and Chick-fil-A, which are in my S plus tier, McDonald's should not be up there, but I do just think it does deserve to be in the S tier, at least when it comes to like the other places that I have placed in A tier. So I gave it middle of the pack S. Last place, Taco Bell. What's your take, Eli?
Probably a B.
Really? Okay. Why is that?
I'm trying to think of. I really just can't think of a reason to not put it up as an A. I honestly don't know. There's just very few menu items that I would go to. I don't like their steak. I don't like their chicken. I like their ground beef, but and their tacos, but
right.
Like the rest of the menu items, like for instance, like a burrito is something I'd love to have, like a steak burrito or a chicken burrito, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know that like there's a couple of places that I've rated as Bs, or higher for having one menu item.
Right.
But I think for some place where like I like a lot of Mexican food, or at least what's considered Mexican food in Southern California, the wide variety of it, and even though they
Right.
have that wide variety, I just not a big fan of their ingredients in their entirety.
Yeah.
I like their cheese, I like their lettuce, I like their tomatoes, and their ground beef, but that's about it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I put it at a B as well. It's wait, you put it at B, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I put it there as well. The reasoning being is that, like you said, it's solid compared to Chipotle, which is a S plus tier, really good. Obviously these are nationwide franchises, so Del Taco isn't on here, unfortunately, but I think Del Taco would be probably like an A or very high A for me. Taco Bell in itself, though, it's a B. The reason why I say that is because when it comes to their staples, they're okay. They're nothing great. They're nothing spectacular. The taco, the bean and cheese burrito, the quesadilla, the taco supreme, the chalupa, all very good food items. But one, it doesn't digest well with me anymore. Very well. It's awful when I digest it. But then also, I feel like Taco Bell has Taco Bell is in this weird place right now where they have so many menu items that I don't even know what they are, right?
Uh-huh.
They have all these random menu items that they just don't interest me at all. Like these steak burritos or these grilled chicken stuffed burritos or this with flaming hot Cheetos or whatever it might be. Not interested in them. They're more expensive as well, and Taco Bell already kind of is a little bit expensive for what you're getting. And if I want to get like a good solid 8 or 9 or 10, like an $8 or $7 burrito, it's gonna go to Chipotle,
Yeah.
which is already like way more solid food anyway. So, yeah. I mean that's basically it, guys. Those were all the fast food places. I think unless there's anything that you personally wanted to add to the tier list, those were all the only things that I knew of.
I think I had couple that were on here. A&W.
Okay.
Believe it or not, and I have not been to one in a while, but I've only been to one like 3 or 4 times. I
Yeah.
liked it.
Okay.
Or so maybe the quality controls changed. I don't know, but I believe it or not, I gave it an A.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't had
Yeah.
it in. I don't remember the last time I had it, if I even had it at all. So it wasn't
If I go
listed.
back and it's not as good as I remember, I would probably downgrade it. But yeah, the root beer floats are really good there. They better be,
Fair.
right?
Right.
Oh yeah, it's better than Dairy Queen. They have like a wide variety of stuff, but it's better like burgers, I feel.
Okay.
Let's see what else. Nathan's hot dogs.
Never had it.
Oh, yeah, you've had it. You've been to Vegas.
I never had it with.
I gave it a C, and the best thing about Nathan's hot dogs, it used to be that they would be on the strip for $1 in Vegas. That was the best thing about them.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's a hot dog. What do you
Okay.
want from it? It's not bad. It's just a hot dog.
Yeah. Gotcha.
What do you want in your hot dog? Ketchup, mustard, relish. That's it.
Right.
Simple. But yeah, it's just there.
I getcha.
Let's see what else. Subway, Popeye, Jack in the Box, those. McDonald's, In-N-Out, Papa John's, Big Shake, Five Guys.
Yeah, I mean everything else that's left in my thing, I've never had. So.
Yeah, I want to say Whataburger. I know I've had it and it wasn't memorable.
Gotcha.
I really but I don't remember enough to grade it. Charlie's, that's chicken, right? Okay. No wait, Charlie's.
It's like cheesesteaks.
Oh, feast cheese sticks. I don't
It's like
remember
Philly's
having.
best.
Oh yeah.
So
I don't know.
I don't know either.
No, what's Tim Hortons?
Tim Hortons is Canadian. They're like their Starbucks up there for Canada.
Yeah, that's pretty much it then.
Okay.
That's all I got.
So I guess before we end this segment, I guess we just kind of list off. So my C ratings are White Castle, Quiznos, Pizza Hut, Saberos, Carl's Jr., Domino's, and barely in C, Jack in the Box. What about you?
So my C is White Castle, Sbarro, Quiznos, and Nathan.
Yeah. My B ratings are Five Guys, Burger King, Subway, KFC, Jimmy John's, and Taco Bell.
My B is Wendy's, Arby's, Subway, Dunkin' Donuts, KFC, Panda, Carl's Jr., Burger King, Popeyes,
Dang.
Taco Bell, Domino's, Little Caesars, Jack in the Box.
Wow. My A's are Little Caesars, Papa John's, Sonic's, Panda, Arby's, and Steak and Shake, with Dunkin' Donuts, Jersey Mike, and Wendy's barely in A, inching towards S.
So really quick, I'm actually gonna bump up Five Guys to S. Because
Okay.
like for me, like In-N-Out, Five Guys, and Habit are like the three like burgers I really like that are just different, you know?
Okay, fair.
For me, I put them on par, you know.
Okay.
But my A section is Sonic, Steak and Shake, A&W, Pizza Hut, and Papaya.
Okay. And then my S tier is Popeyes, Wendy's a little bit, Jersey Mike's, Dunkin', and then McDonald's.
So my S is McDonald's, In-N-Out, and Five Guys.
Okay. And then my S plus is Chipotle, Chick-fil-A, very solid S pluses, and then barely in or pretty much in S plus In-N-Out burgers.
Me, Jersey Mike's, Chipotle, and Chick-fil-A.
Okay, fair enough.
Take a
screenshot of that so I can post it later as well.
I honestly don't know where I put Dairy Queen.
I never had Dairy Queen actually.
Oh yeah, I was struggling to.
Yeah, the one by my place was out of business, so.
Yeah, I was old enough to where it was still in business.
It was still happening or whatever.
I would probably give it a high B.
Okay.
Because I mean, their burgers weren't bad, like but
right.
And their ice cream is good, but like it's not someplace I went to frequently. But yeah, I'll take a screenshot and.
Cool. All right. Well, that's going to conclude it, guys, for this episode of No Content, episode 7. Like we said at the top of the episode, this is kind of a special episode because we're kind of just going over this one topic. If you guys are coming here late or listening to the end of the audio, you already know who Eli is. But for those who don't, Eli's filling in for Pixel today. Pixel will be back for episode number 8 of the No
fine
Content.
Job.
Yeah, and you did a great job, guys. Pixel will be back for episode number 8 of No Content as well. But as always, before we go, Eli, is there any social medias or anywhere we can find you, or do you want to just remain anonymous?
Can I plug my LinkedIn?
Yeah, sure. I guess if you want, sure. Plug the LinkedIn.
So as smart as I am, I don't have a job.
Eli's really smart, guys. He's looking for an upgrade in life, though. So yeah, go ahead. Plug the LinkedIn.
I don't know. My LinkedIn has my name in it. Is that fine?
That's your call if you want it out there.
I mean, hang on. LinkedIn.
I mean, we can also just plug it in the show notes, and I can just put it as a bit.ly if you don't want to release your name audio
yeah,
version.
We can do that.
Okay,
so mean, they're gonna find my name anyway.
Yeah, either way. But I'm just saying. Okay, I mean,
why don't you just put in the link, and if anybody's interested, then they can take a look.
Sure, that's fine. So yeah, guys, go follow Eli's LinkedIn. That is down in the episode description down below. As for me, you guys can follow me on Twitch, Instagram, or Twitter at Ryan Kubo. That's RyanKubo. As well as you can check us out on YouTube for the VODs. That is SHIGEOS Twitch TV. And with that concludes episode number 7 of No Content. We'll see you guys back here again with episode number 8, back where Pixel belongs, I guess. Until then, though, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. And yeah, catch you next episode. Take care.